All right, folks, now we're looking at Stuttgart. Continuing our Bundesliga preview or scouting, I suppose, with Sorare obviously launching all of the cards of the league this week and I guess into next week and so on. I want to get ahead and start to show you some of the players to target. Stuttgart are sort of toward the back end, kind of mid table, I suppose. I think they finished ninth last year. So, they're sort of that mid table side. Um, let's have a look. Pretty young side, which is really interesting. So, if you're, I'm definitely someone who likes to invest in young players, see them grow, and then kind of, flip them or what have you um, as they kind of hit that prime. There's certainly some players in their prime, but a lot of youth, which is kind of interesting. Um, we have a couple kind of star players in terms of market value and things like that. Definitely when you're getting into the 20s, you're a pretty top player, especially in the Bundesliga. Um, some interesting changes. These are kind of just smaller players, so just something to keep an eye on. But like, a player kind of moving into the 2 million range, who's 19 years old. Another one here as well, and then one down here, Sanko, 17-year-old. So I actually bought him recently, and we'll see how that goes. And Marmouche here as well, 22. Definitely some movement in terms of transfer market value, and then FIFA potential. As you can see, again, given that we have a fair bit of youth, there overall there's no green whatsoever. So there's nothing from 79 upward. In fact, I think the highest is 77 here. But in terms of potential, lots of green. So 79s, 81s, 82s. No giant ones. There's a 84 here for Fog here, and then 84 up here for Silas. Uh, People are pretty excited about him. The rest look like pretty decent players, but probably time will tell to see where they land. Their form's been pretty good, actually. Even though they're mid-table, they seem to be playing pretty well. And if we look again here, actually, let me just go back to the notes if there's anything here that. Oh, that's right. This Enzo Milot tore his knee recently, so he's out for a while. Um, you'd be sitting on him. This guy here, Kalajic, I don't know. 6'7", tallest guy in the Bundesliga. If you're into that kind of thing, I guess he's valued pretty high, and you're going to see his price is pretty high. Anyways, and then there's just a few guys in terms of a little bit of national team appearances. This isn't exhaustive, by the way. I haven't gone through every single player to list national team appearances. They're just ones I was kind of highlighting. This Florian Schock, there was some, I think Mueller here, or Muller is, I think he's out, maybe COVID or something like that. It sounds like Bredlow is back, but he was also maybe sick at one point, so there was a chance that this Schock was going to get the start, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bredlow will start this weekend. Okay, so looking ahead, there's not a lot, to be honest. What I'm kind of seeing, especially now that I've been doing a lot of these clubs, you get a sense of comparison, and I just feel that this side is a bit overpriced. Frankly, I don't think there's really any deals. I was scraping to try and find something that I could offer up, but it's definitely some nice players here. Like, I mean, 67, that's fantastic, but I mean, you're going to pay a ton for that type of output. Um, there you see a lot of kind of high greens here. So again, Bredlow, maybe he might be an interesting one just because I'm not sure how long Muller will be out for. In fact, you can get him for a rare card for under zero point 0.1 or a limited for 0.023 is probably pretty handy if it lasts for another week or so. Um, just know that when you turn and flip that card, or if you try to, you won't get that value back. But if it helps you win a game week or two, that could be pretty handy. Um, Again, some nice scores here. The club does okay. Maybe not so much here, but there's some nice stuff here from some young players. Definitely guys that you could pick up and start. But to me, just the pricing is a little bit out of whack. So this guy again, this is the tall fella. So 0.225. So I mean his value's kind of already baked in. Um, Marmouche, we talked about him as kind of a young up and comer, but 0.205 at the rare price. Um, Here's the keeper, the starter at 0.525. Um, Again, I just go further and further down and just see um, a lot of interesting players to maybe to keep an eye on, but not a ton of value. This is the guy who did his knee in, so I mean maybe a bit of a buy low right now, but he wasn't. I think he was only worth 2.2 million or something, so not tons. Yeah, and then this guy, like, again, hardly playing, but rated quite highly, and but already at 2.250. Like, it just seems when there are other guys at that age with similar profiles in terms of market value and potential score and things like that, I just don't want to pay that, frankly. So um, this guy's maybe the real kind of out and out star, what a lot of people are talking about. So, but again, 0.400. I mean, you're already just paying for the value. Now, as more cards come out, um, that may start to drop a little, so you might find some value. But like, to me, it's just a little too overpriced. I'm probably not going to own any Stuttgart players. So, um, but you can look through this. The link to the spreadsheet is below, and there's also a link to Sorare directly. If you click that link just to go log in, I just get a little bit of an affiliate bonus from the wonderful people at Sorare. So please do so, and I really appreciate it. We'll talk again soon.